we're back with a really cool video.
That's right, we're back. I got my co-star here, Phoenix Wright. Welcome back. Yourself?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And, today's another great day. You know what today is? Earth Day, that's right. And you know what Earth Day is all about?
Yeah, keeping our planet strong and healthy.
Oh, it is about keeping our planet strong and healthy. Are you strong and healthy?
Oh, yeah!
Give him double bicep pose. There you go. No, I hope you guys didn't get too scared there. All right, great job. Well, today we're going to be going over the agenda as usual. Hopefully those STEM projects are coming together nicely. Remember, that's kind of a tribute to Earth Day itself, as taking something that would normally be known as trash and turning it into something useful. I'm looking forward to seeing some really neat ideas and some hard work put towards those projects. So hopefully those are coming along nicely, and Phoenix and I both look forward to seeing those come in. So today, Phoenix and I want to talk to you about your attendance. Of course, the very first step on today's agenda is getting those attendance points. Make sure that you choose one of the choices down here, all right, and hit the turn-in button. All right, some of you are kind of forgetting to hit that turn-in button, but with a quick reminder, you're getting on there and you're getting that done, and I really appreciate that. So just make sure you click one of these, you hit the turn-in button so you can get those attendance points, and we can continue to meet our goal. We do have 100% attendance check-in and work getting turned in for Monday and Tuesday. So that's 2 days. We only got 2 more days left, right?
Oh, yeah!
And then we maybe get to participate in a new challenge. Now, speaking of the new challenge, you guys voted on what challenge Phoenix and I would actually complete if you guys meet your goal for this week. So remember, the goal is 100% check-in Monday through Thursday, and keep turning in that work with excellent handwriting. Please, name, date, mailbox number at the top of every paper, guys. I'm still getting a few of those coming in where they don't have names on them. It's just first thing you should be doing, just like we would be in class. Name, date, mailbox number at the top, then do your paper, and then get that sent to me in a text message or email. So the votes are in, and the winning challenge for this week is that you guys decided on.
I get my dad jumps over in food color, and I'm going to shoot him with it, and then it's going to stain his shirt.
That's right. So he's going to have a water gun with some colored water, food colored water in it, and while he soaks me to death, I will attempt to jump over a regular size fence without touching it. Just completely jump over it, clear it is the idea. Who knows if that will actually happen, but it's a fence about this tall, your normal backyard fence, so while getting soaked with colored water. So I'll make sure I'll have on some white clothing so that shows up really good. So Phoenix and I are super excited about that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Right? So you guys need to do your part now and make sure that you are checking in every day, making sure you're getting those attendance points, and making sure that you're turning in your work, excellent work, and watching these videos so that you're prepared for the assignments, and make sure that you are turning in excellent work. Okay? So step 2, watching this video, your assignments for today, the very first thing we're going to talk about is a science passage here called Erosion. All right. Oh, thank you, Phoenix, for reminding me to make that bigger so that it doesn't blur the camera. If I don't zoom in on this, it seems to blur it out. So, great job, bud. See, this is why I have you around. You really help me out in these videos. I appreciate that.
I keep remembering.
You remember better than Mr. Wright, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So at the top, we have these links here. Don't worry about these individual links. These are some that we've already used. Some of them we will use in the future maybe. But this part to the top of your paper here, you don't have to worry about. The part that you should be worried about starts right here. It says, read the following article 3 times before answering the following questions. Well, before we read the passage, we always read the questions first. So on another page, and both of these pages are in your packet. Okay, so find these 2 particular pages in your packet. One of them will be the article. The other one is going to be the question. So you always read the questions first before you read the article, and it's a very short article. So there are 6 questions. Use your highlighters to pick your colors for each question here. You have 5 highlighters. You know how to make a 6th color with those highlighters, so go ahead and do that. Make sure you number your paragraphs before you start reading your passage. The very first question says, what is weathering? It's multiple choice. Please make sure that you circle one of these answer choices and write the letter on the line here, okay? It's just easier for me to see it in the actual picture. Now, on number 2, you have a written response that you have to put. It says, what is erosion? You need to restate the question in your answer, okay? You need to make sure you have capitalization, punctuation, a good complete sentence that tells me what erosion is. So, for example, I would start my sentence out maybe like, erosion is, and then tell me what erosion actually is in a complete sentence. So, you know what I expect on those. In order to get all points for this particular answer, you need to make sure that you have all of those things that I just told you. Number 3 is another multiple choice question. 4 is multiple choice. Please, again, make sure you circle these, put the answer on the line, the little letter on the line. And then for number 5, it says, put these in the correct order. It says deposition, erosion, and weathering. So in what order do these things actually take place? Okay? What happens first? Is it deposition? Does weathering happen first? Or does erosion happen first? Whichever one happens first, you're going to list first. Okay? And you're just going to put the letter. So if I think deposition happens first in this whole cycle, then you're going to put A as my first one. If I think that weathering comes next, I would put C. Then if I think erosion comes last, then I have B. Now that's not in any particular order. I'm just giving you examples. Those aren't actually the answers to this question. You have to go back to the passage and find and cite text to actually complete that. All right, and then you have number 6 is another multiple choice question. Circle it, put the letter on the line. Make sure that you're going back to the passage for each one of these answers and citing text using your highlighter. All right. This part down here at the bottom of the page, you don't have to worry about this. Don't worry about doing this particular activity here. I just want you to do the question, cite text, make sure you highlight, okay? So this bottom part right here, you don't have to worry about that. That's not part of today's assignments, okay? So, going back to the actual article itself, okay? Make sure that you number your paragraphs. Read the article 3 times. Down here at the bottom is the other part of this assignment. It says underline and define weathering, erosion, and deposition by using context clues as simply as possible. I want you, if you look in the passage here, it gives the definition word for weathering, erosion, and deposition. I want you to find that in the passage. I want you to underline it, okay, with your pencil, not highlight. You're highlighting for the questions. I want you to underline your definition for weathering, erosion, and deposition, and then write that definition in these little boxes. If you notice, I drew lines here to separate my answers. I want you to do that on your paper. Okay, when I get these papers handed in, it really shows me who's watching these videos very carefully and actually paying attention to the directions, because the people who are do exactly as I tell you in this video, and you are separating these with lines and you're following my instructions very, very well, and I appreciate that very much. So make sure you're watching all the videos, following the detailed directions as I instruct you to do so. All right. So the next thing that you have is going to be your math for today. I'm going to do a separate video for your math lesson, because it is all about reducing fractions in simplest form, and it's been a little while since we've talked about that and actually practiced it. So I'm going to do a separate video doing a mini lesson of how to put fractions in simplest form. But in your packet you have this page here. It gives you some history of the math mystery. It says the case of the forgetful Pharaoh. All right. I will post an actual video that you can watch, or you can read this. Okay. The video does the same thing as this. It's just kind of a neat little video that goes with this activity. Okay. These are the possible places that you will actually have to cross off as you go through and complete these assignments. And I will give you more detail on that as we move along, because there's 5 total clue assignments that we will go through, and that's going to take obviously 5 different days. And down here at the bottom it says solve the clue and then cross the places off the list until one remains. The last place remaining is where Ramesses the Pharaoh left the scepter. Okay, so that is the end result of these 5 different assignments. But your assignment today is going to be clue 1. Okay, so it says reducing fractions, clue 1, and I'm going to do a separate video reminding you and reteaching you how to put fractions in simplest form. Okay, you'll go through, you'll read the directions, and then you'll answer each one of these questions. As you answer the questions, it has a little letter here that matches up with your answer. Those letters go where your answers are for each individual problem, and then it actually basically gives you a clue of where the scepter is not, so you can cross it off the list. All right. This is kind of nice because when you get done with this assignment, if your message doesn't actually spell out real words, that tells you that you probably did some math wrong up above, and it really does help you. So if you get this totally finished and your message makes sense and it actually spells out real words, then you know you're on the right track. So I will do a separate video refreshing your memory with a mini lesson on reducing fractions, and then that is it. Okay? Of course, always continuing to work on your STEM project. So step 3 would be watching the reducing fractions to simplest form video after this one when you get to your math assignment. That's going to help prepare you for that. And then also a reminder, Trash to Treasure STEM project is due Friday, April 24th. Don't wait till the last minute. Spend some time. I want to see some dedication and some nice flair and kind of individual projects that you're making. I really want to see something cool. Don't you, Phoenix? Okay, so spend some time, produce something that is unique to what you can do, and that's what it's all about. So I can get those put in a cool iMovie again, all right? So that is your agenda for today. Phoenix and I, we are very happy about our challenge coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Continue to work hard.
And don't be sloppy.
And don't be sloppy. All right, till next time, stay tuned, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.